Hey Brick fans, this is Dave from Brick 101, and today we're talking about Pride. So June is LGBTQIA Plus Pride Month, and as you all probably know by now, I'm gay. I have a husband. We've been married since 2015, and that's that. So I wanted to do something to celebrate Pride Month, and over this year, I've been hunting down every single official Lego figure that is a lesbian, bisexual, gay, transgender, queer, or other part of the gender, sexual, and romantic minority diaspora. So I thought I could build some little vignettes. I'm going to have these on display at Brick World Chicago this weekend, and other LEGO fans have helped by building some of these vignettes as well, so I'll definitely show off those when I'm at Brick World. And we also have a virtual LEGO Pride Parade, so if you have a LGBTQIA plus creation that you'd like to show off on the monitor at our display but can't physically attend, there's a link in the description where you can submit photos of your Lego creations. Alright, so far I've made, 12 of these? Counting is hard. So if you've been following my daily posts on social media or the community tab, you've probably seen all of these, but I thought I'd just give a closer video look at them. Thank you to everyone who's been leaving all the nice, positive, supportive comments, and no thank you to everybody who's leaving mean comments, but it's easy to block and report you, so bye. Alright, A is for Albus Dumbledore. So Dumbledore is gay, but it's not in any of the books or movies directly. It was kind of in Fantastic Beasts 2 because of the Mirror of Erised. Anyway, Dumbledore is super problematic. Hasn't been represented canonically, but J.K. Rowling tries to get credit for having a gay character without actually taking the risk of making him gay. I did a whole video on this on another channel that is never gonna happen, but anyway. So for this vignette, Dumbledore is one of the most available Lego figures, right? He's been around for a while. He's come in different sizes. There's a brick head of him. But I just thought I'd do a little vignette of his office here. So these walls are just, these are just crates all stacked on top of each other. These bookshelves are pretty simple. I think I might have done a how to build on a bookshelf like that before. I think these might be from the Robots library. For the books in the bookshelves, I did a Philadelphia Pride flag and the Trans Pride flag. Dumbledore is not trans. Somebody got confused when I had the trans flag in there, but Dumbledore says trans rights are humans' rights, even if J.K. Rowling doesn't. Put Dumbledore looking into his pensive, and some cool little potions up on there. Alright, so that was A. Took me long enough. As I've said in my recent videos, my new style video is going to be a lot more off the cuff, so look, I'm not even editing. You're literally seeing me move things around. So B is for Batwoman. Alright, let's readjust that a little bit there. So this is just a quick little vignette I did for a rooftop. So Batwoman minifigure has been in one set, and I think a second set that's coming out later this year maybe. So Batwoman has a new TV show that's coming out on the CW later this year, and the trailer for that got me excited. So I built her girlfriend, Sophie Moore, who's a private security agent. I switched the face out here from what I used when I photographed this because I needed the face for somebody else. So I'll have to get a duplicate of that face that I used. And then this bat signal is just from the Lego Batman movie Gotham City police thing. And then, just try to make a little rooftop. Again, sticking to 8x8, which is a common size for Lego vignettes within the fan community. If you've never seen it before, now you have. Alright, that was B. Where's C over here? Oh, Catwoman. And Catman. Okay, I have to zoom out a little bit for this. Yeah, my tripod makes weird noises when I adjust it. Alright. So this one was pretty short and sweet in terms of the build. I literally was just like, alright, I've got Catwoman and Catman. Oh, forgot to say, Batwoman's a lesbian. Catwoman and Catman are both bisexual. So put some cats on the ground around Catwoman and did her pouring out a little milk into a saucer there for all her cats. With the bookshelves here, it's subtly the bisexual pride flag. So the magenta, purple, blue is the bi pride flag. And then Catman's just taking a cat nap up there. So the Doctor from Doctor Who is canonically gender fluid and pansexual. So gender fluid meaning that the character of the Doctor has had different genders over time. This is most notable with the 13th iteration, Jodie Whittaker Doctor, but we also saw this with other Time Lords previously. What's their name? Missy, the Master, has had different genders. And pansexual because the Doctor has been attracted to beings of different genders. That's been throughout the past. They've flirted with all different genders. So we've got 11th and 12th Doctor. I put the 12th Doctor regenerating since that regeneration moment is the key moment where the Doctor turns into the female Doctor or female form. And yeah, these two are actual Lego things. Oh, and this is just supposed to be like a little inside of the TARDIS with some steps up to an upper area. This was from minifigures.com. It's a really nice little custom, and it comes with a little TARDIS key, so that's cute. All right, E. Oh, that one's fun. So for E, I did two little customs. So this is Eleanor Roosevelt, who was the longest serving First Lady in United States history, and will continue to be that because FDR had, the longest term of any president, and they changed the law after that. So anyway, she was bisexual. She had a female lover who is also a reporter. You can buy a book of their love letters if you want. And she did so many amazing things for human rights. Eleanor Roosevelt, I was just reading her biography the day I made this, and it's incredible. And then Ellen DeGeneres, who made history when she came out as a lesbian on national television in the 90s and now has her own daytime TV show. So I made this little vignette of the Ellen show, tried to match the style of her chair. This was actually inspired by the chair from the Svelte waiting room, being 4 wide and 3 deep, but I made it a little more curvy with some curvy slopes. They actually have minifigure chairs inside the chair, so that this part is empty, so that the minifigure can sit back a little bit, and then I did a curve around the back to kind of go around the chair. These flowers are not attached, they're just this loose flower stem. I didn't have mugs that say Ellen on them, so I did the shh mugs from the librarians. And then this back here is the community version of the lesbian pride flag. There's another one that has more stripes, but this is the simplified one, and that was pretty easy for me to do. So that was E. Where's F? Oh, Freddie Mercury. This one's fun. So this is an old piano build I've used for many years. I updated it based on feedback on my how to build video I did on it to change how the grill tiles were, so it looks like white and black keys more appropriately. Gave it a little piano stand. This Freddie Mercury is by minifigures.com again. Really great custom. It has a double-sided head. This is the singing side, so that's what I did. Freddie Mercury is bisexual and has a 4-octave range. He's the lead singer of Queen. He's amazing. What letter comes after F? Oh, G. Here we go. Woo! They're out of sight here. So these are Gilbert Baker and Barbara Gittings. So Gilbert Baker has been called the Betsy Ross of the LGBTQ rights movement. He designed the original rainbow flag, which has become the universally recognized symbol of the LGBTQIA community, gay pride, gay rights, all those things. So the original flag actually had 8 stripes. The flag you see more often today is typically the 6-stripe variant. So the hot pink and the turquoise stripe disappeared, and that was because this color was hard to get fabric of when they were trying to make more of them. And then they got rid of the turquoise one because they wanted an even number of stripes for a certain parade. Whatever, the 6-stripe version has stuck around. Barbara Gittings was really important in the history of the LGBTQ rights movement, activist. She was part of the group that got homosexuality declassified as a mental illness, and worked with the American Library Association to get stuff done. So this is an actual sign that in a historical photograph I saw her carrying, 36 years a gay activist. And so I just made a little street to represent, that these are like street level activists marching in a little bit of a pride parade. The reason we have LGBTQ Pride Month is because of the Stonewall riots happened in June, which was a key turning point in the history of LGBTQ rights. And, I think it's important to remember that, this is a month about activism and making a difference and seeing how we can improve the world, and that it's all about regular people who do that. It's fun to have superheroes and wizards and stuff like that too, but at the end of the day, what really matters is making the world a better, kinder place. H is for Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn probably beats Dumbledore even in terms of how many different minifig and variants there are of her. So I used one from the Lego Batman movie. So Harley is bisexual or pansexual in that she has had relationships both with the Joker and Poison Ivy. Her relationship with Poison Ivy is canonically non-monogamous, meaning that they have more partners than just each other. So I did the polyamory flag on the floor here, and there are different DC canons where Harley gets married to the Joker. I think that's the White Knight series, and where she gets married to Poison Ivy, that's the Injustice 2 comics that reference that. So I thought, why not have one where she gets married to both? Because that's the fun thing for me about fandom, is imagining different possibilities rather than just consuming whatever the big corporations tell you to watch. I is for intersex. Intersex is a biological category for people who are born with anatomy that does not fall into the typical definitions of male or female. And there's a whole host of specific types of biology and anatomy that can be lumped under intersex. This video is way too short to really get into all of that, but and they represent like 2% of the population, basically. And that's what the I in LGBTQIA stands for, is intersex. So the person on the left is the voice actor for Meowth. So she was born intersex and was assigned male at birth, but later, came out as a trans woman. But yeah, she was the voice of Meowth and many other characters. She unfortunately passed away, but that was Madeleine Blaustein. In the middle there we have Anunnaki Ray Marquez. This was the first person in the United States to receive a medically valid intersex birth certificate. So rather than saying male or female, it says intersex, which is biologically accurate. And that was from a U.S. state, so Colorado. And then on the right there we have Hanne Gaby Odiele, who's a model and advocate who happens to be intersex. So yeah, I did the intersex pride flag there in the background, purple and yellow. The Meowth is from the Mega Constructs Pokemon sets. That little certificate there is actually a diploma from the collectible minifigures, but that was the closest thing to a birth certificate I could think of or find. Jay. This one was really fun. So these two characters are Josephine Baker and James Baldwin, who are both African Americans who ended up moving to France and having a lot of their success and career overseas. So Josephine Baker is bisexual. She was a really famous dancer. She also served as a spy in the French Resistance during World War II. James Baldwin, I think, is bisexual and was a world-renowned novelist. So I had them having a little snack with the Eiffel Tower in the background. Just a little forced perspective there, representing they're from France. And last but not least, Kay. I have been pretty crazed this last week trying to build all of these things. So when I got to K, I didn't have a lot of energy left. So I just built the letter K. But the characters here are Frida Kahlo, who is a Mexican painter who is bisexual and world-renowned. So this custom minifig here was by minifigs.me, but I changed the face and the hands to better match her actual skin tone. And so that head is a custom. It's somebody from the Lego Star Wars Freemakers Chronicles, whose name I'm forgetting, Cody or something. And I just drew a unibrow on. And then over there we have Kim Coco, who is a Japanese, Hawaiian, American. She was the first trans woman elected to a statewide, or the first openly trans woman elected to a statewide office when she got elected in 2006 to the Hawaii Board of Education, I want to say. So that's really cool. And then up here we also have this Jedi Master, Kai Adi Mundi. I'm probably horribly butchering his name, but he is canonically polygamist. So he has multiple wives on his home planet, and it's, while Jedi typically aren't allowed to marry because his species, they only have males, you know, in X number of births, it's like important for him to have kids or something. So he's allowed to have them. Yeah. So that's all the vignettes I've done so far. It's been day by day doing this stuff here, so it's been a little crazed. And thanks for tuning in. So I'm packing up for Brick World and trying to make lots of stuff at the last minute, and my Lego table is an absolute mess. Hey Brick fans, this is Dave from Brick 101, and today we're talking about Pride. So